Retired U.S. Army General, former Supreme Allied Commander for NATO, General Wesley Clark. Good morning to you, sir. So President Trump made good on his word and hit Iran hard for the second time overnight, hitting nearly 100 targets in the country. Now, during the NATO summit, the president said the ceasefire was basically open. I don't get Iran's strategy here because they know they can't win regardless of what they say.
Iran thinks it's winning right now because they control the Strait of Hormuz, and so we don't know exactly what targets were struck last night, but the reports say that the majority of them were targeted against Iranian assets that would be used to block the Strait of Hormuz, both in the strait and then northwest up the Gulf. And so this makes a lot of sense to me. And I'm glad to see us tightening the noose on Iran there. They haven't won. They think they've won, and until they lose that leverage, they're going to be tough to negotiate with.
Yeah, you make such a good point. The president also announcing while at the NATO summit that the U.S. attacked Kharg Island. Take a listen to what he had to say.
We attacked Kharg Island last night. We knocked out a piece. I said, don't touch the oil, because maybe we'll take over Kharg Island. You know, we may take over Kharg Island. There's not a thing they can do about it. But I said, don't hit the pipes, just hit everything else. And they hit it. They may hit it again tonight.
So he's floating again the idea of takeover of Kharg Island, and this would be boots on the ground escalation. Do you think this happens? Is this the right move here? What do we do with Kharg Island?
Well, I think it's good to hold Kharg Island hostage. I think it's good to be talking about it. But if you really want to move this forward, you have to open the strait. As long as you have Kharg Island in your gun sights, then the Iranians have to worry about it. And it does us more value, actually, as a hostage than it does if we go in there and smash a bunch of equipment. So I like the approach that Admiral Cooper's taking. He's going after the targets that Iran is using to attack shipping. And step by step, bit by bit, pick by pick, he's going to take out their ability to keep the strait closed. And that's really, once that happens, once we've got them out of there, everything else that they have is going to fall apart, and they will negotiate, I think. So I would keep Kharg Island, just like the president said, keep your eye on it, keep them worried about it, and get the Strait of Hormuz open.
So Iran responding in kind with threats, mostly in official writing, going Trump, quote, Trump has once again spoken of occupying Kharg Island. Come on, we're waiting for you. And we promise that not even a single American soldier will return alive. A lot of big words, but do you actually think they can do that against the United States military, General?
No, I don't think they could do that. I think, though, that before we would take Kharg Island, we would have eliminated most of those Iranian forces that are there defending it. One way or another, we'll take them out. The problem with it is once you've got it, you've got it. You're sitting there, you're occupying it, you're within 20 miles of Iran, and so you've opened the door to a wider ground operation to protect those troops, and there's no reason to do that just yet, in my view. The key, again, the center of mass of the Iranian resistance is their ability to threaten shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. So the more you do against their defenses and their attack capability in that strait, the more you erode their leverage. They know we can destroy Kharg Island. That's just it's just sitting there. But that doesn't help us. It's not that these Iranian hardliners they're counting their dollars every day. They're not. They're looking at regional domination. They're looking at the pain they can inflict on the United States. They're looking to personally humiliate President Trump. And the way they're doing it is through the strait. So that's why that's the logical place for us to put our efforts right now.
And as you know, all of this is unfolding. Well, the NATO summit has been going on in Turkey. And before we go, I just want to get your thoughts on some of the arms deals, the defense spending news that's come out of this.
Yeah, I think the summit came out pretty well, really. I was happy to see us working with Turkey. Turkey's always been a sort of enigmatic, sometimes difficult ally, but a very important ally and in a critical position. And giving them F-35s or giving them the right to buy it, and they get rid of their Russian S-400 air defense system. Oh, that's a step forward. And the closer we can work with Erdogan in Turkey, it's just one more element of being able to help stabilize the region.
Yeah. Great
All
point.
right. Former Supreme Allied Commander of NATO, General Wesley Clark, thanks for joining us this morning, sir.
Hey, thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.